So this exhibition is an exhibition of political poster art that spans 4 decades, and it also not only spans decades but spans a whole variety of social movements. There's posters that reflect treaty justice, and they also include environmental movements, feminist, unemployed workers' rights, with issues around sustainability and the environment. Really, people are a key part of the environment as much as the rivers and the trees and the animals. And so for me, putting some time into how we treat each other as well, social justice, equity, access to resources are really important to the long-term well-being, not only just for now but actually for the next generation.
I think it's really important that we remember our radical history of struggle, and posters are a brilliant way of remembering all the different mobilisations, marches, demonstrations, pickets, all the different... It's a critical part of history that's often forgotten.
It's actually just an echo of moments in history where people worked together and were organised and managed to make an impact.
I think that an understanding of where one's current culture came from, both visually and politically, is valuable for anyone.
In the 90s we began to find that we had real trouble putting up our political posters. Like, say we're having a demo on Friday, and we used to just put out these posters, rip around all the streets in central Auckland and put the posters up everywhere, and all of a sudden these poster companies came through with their great big professional posters, and our posters would be just ripped down or covered over within an hour. So we've lost not only the ability to organise that way, but also this whole flowering of art that came through that era is gone.
It's a very historical thing that's been going on for a long time, where resources that were accessible to the whole community get privatised by vested interests who make money and profit out of it, and then shut out the public and the community from having access to those resources.
The internet very clearly is a massive tool of organisation now, but I don't think it replaces going out on the street with your team of people, putting up your posters, actually creating the poster, the whole process of it. What are we going to have for the graphic, who's going to do it, what are the words. There's a whole process that goes in behind every one of those posters. And the sense that we could take our message out on the street in a real way, talk to people on the street while you're doing it, all of that's gone, and I think that's a real loss.
Often you don't appreciate what you've got till you've lost it. And so I think a lot of young people don't realise maybe what they've got, because it's just normal to them, and they don't realise the fights it took to get those things.
I don't think they're being given analytical tools in their education. They're not really being asked to think about power.
Art has always carried messages, because they're now, many of them, very old historical messages. We forget how powerful they were at the time. Art made for religion, for example, was a kind of propaganda. So why shouldn't art be used to protest against the establishment?
Creativity makes people think in a different way.
It fires up people's imaginations. It makes you laugh, it makes you think.
Drama, art, music, those are essential elements of not people like me raving about political stuff.
There's a wonderful Emma Goldman quote that says, "If I cannot dance, I will not join your revolution," or words to that effect. Art and creativity and posters are really, and song and dance and festivals, they're all really important aspects of sustaining ourselves in the struggle.